Hello, good morning, students. Last class we finished second lesson 3, 4, 5 grammar exercises. Now we are going to start the sixth grammar exercise, page number 18. Sixth grammar exercise here. Mettez les verbs au passé composé. Put the verbs into past tense. We have to put the verbs into past tense. You know how to do the past tense. Subject, then auxiliary verb, then past participle. Here, look at here. This is not just verbs. These are all pronominal verbs, reflexive verbs. The subject is doing the action to himself. So, you have to put these verbs, pronominal verbs, into past tense. You know how to do the pronominal verbs in past tense. Let us see the example. This is the example for the pronominal verbs into past tense. See the verb with the reflexive pronoun. Here SC is the reflexive pronoun. Lave, L-A-V-R is the verb. SC is the reflexive pronoun. Promine is the verb. SC is the reflexive pronoun. Lave is the verb. Now what you have to do, first you have to write the subject, then the reflexive pronoun SC will change according to the different subjects. 6 subjects are there. Then if you separately write third person and singular and plural, 8 will come. For each subject, you have to write the pronoun, reflexive pronoun, then you have to write the auxiliary verb, then the past participle. Like this, you have to put the verbs, pronominal verbs, reflexive verbs into past tense. First to write the subject, then the reflexive pronoun SC will become ME for first person, TE for second person, SC S apostrophe for third person, NU for first person plural, VU for second person plural, SC or S apostrophe for last person. Here the pronouns, reflexive pronoun SC or S apostrophe. If the verb starts with vowel, yeah, SC becomes S apostrophe. Otherwise, SC will become will be remain as it is. Like so similarly, ME becomes M apostrophe. TE becomes T apostrophe. If the verb starts with vowel, otherwise you have to do as it is. This is the pronominal verbs into past tense. Like this, you have to do the sixth grammar exercise. This is the sixth grammar exercise. Put the verbs into past tense. Subject is je. Write the subject. Then you have to conjugate the reflexive pronoun. SC will agree with the subject. SC becomes ME or M apostrophe. You have to write ME because the verb doesn't start with a vowel. So we have to write ME. Then subject is written. Pronoun SC becomes ME. Then you have to write the auxiliary verb. For all the pronominal verbs, auxiliary verb is yetzer. You know what is the structure of the past tense? Subject, auxiliary verb, past participle. Auxiliary verb 2 is there, yetzer and avor. For all the verbs, avor, only for few verbs, yetzer. The action verbs, for action main verbs, auxiliary verb is yetzer, and also the pronominal verbs, reflexive verbs, auxiliary verb is yetzer. So you have to use the yetzer verb conjugation as the auxiliary verb here. Subject J, ME, SE becomes ME. Then the auxiliary verb yetzer, first person SUIS. We have to put the auxiliary verb yetzer in present tense. Then comes the past participle ER verb. Replace ER by E accent. Je me suis reveal. Next, tu bracket the pronominal verb is given se lave. So write the subject tu. Then pronoun SE becomes, reflexive pronoun SE becomes TE or T apostrophe. You have to write T apostrophe here because the verb starts with verb. T becomes T apostrophe. Then after that, auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb, HR verb, second person, EST, ES. Then the past participle, ER by EX sound. Chuche lev. Third question, L. Se brosser. Verb is given, pronominal verb. Write the subject, ELLE. S apostrophe SC, the reflexive pronoun becomes third person. What is the reflexive pronoun conjugate? SC or S apostrophe? Here S apostrophe because the verb starts with vowel S apostrophe. Then the auxiliary verb, etcher verb, EST, third person EST. Then the past participle ER verb, replace ER by E accent. Then one more E is added because of the agreement. If the auxiliary verb is etcher, the subject will agree with the past participle will agree with the subject. If the auxiliary verb is etcher, if the auxiliary verb is avana, the past participle doesn't no need to agree with the subject. If the auxiliary verb is etcher, you have to keep the rule, follow the rule. The past participle will agree with the should agree with the subject. Here the subject is femina, past participle BROSSE accent, and add one more E to the because of the agreement, the subject is femina, add one more E. Then the fourth question, nu, sa pine, write the subject nu, then the reflexive pronoun SE becomes nu for the first person plural. SE becomes again nu. You have to write one more nu. Here the subject, here the reflexive pronoun nu. Then the auxiliary verb for first person plural auxiliary verb etcher verb conjugation SOMMES new sound past participle ER verb, so replace ER by E accent. All are regular verbs. ER verbs, how to do the participe passive, replace ER by E accent. That's all. So easy. Irregular verbs means you have to memorize the past participle. Regular verbs just follow the method given, follow that you can replace the endings. Replace ER by E accent. Then yes, because of the agreement. Subject is plural, past participle will agree with the subject. So add one yes. Last question il S apostrophe abile, sabile, ILS, then the auxiliary verb SE, reflexive pronoun S apostrophe becomes SE. Last person SC or S apostrophe, S apostrophe. Here the verb starts with vowel, so SE becomes S apostrophe. Here the verb doesn't starts with a vowel, so you have to put SE. Then the auxiliary verb SONT. Ether verb conjugation last person SONT. Now the past participle ER verb HABILLE accent. Then the agreement because subject is plural, add one yes to the past participle. Else soon. Subject is masculine plural, add one yes to the past participle. That's all the sixth grammar exercise. Put the verbs into past tense. All these are pronominal verbs. You have to first write the subject, then the reflexive pronoun according to the subject, then the auxiliary verb past participle. Now we are coming to the next seventh grammar exercise. Complétez avec le comparatif. Fais attention à l'accord de adjectif, l'adjectif. What they are telling, complete with the comparison form. You have to complete the sentence in the comparison form because you are comparing this with this. Pay attention to the agreement of the adjectives. Here you have to do the comparison. Degrees of comparison is given. Then you have to pay attention to the agreement of the adjectives. Adjectives is given. You have to agree the adjective with the subject. With the subject. So look at the subject. What is the subject? Then the adjective agrees with the subject. Two things you have to do. Here, degrees of comparison. There is 3 degrees of comparison. Superiority, inferiority, equality. According to the symbols, you have to do the comparison. Then the adjective, you have to agree the adjective with the subject. Look at the grammar. Here the 3 degrees of comparison. Plus, this symbol is change should be plus. OC, this symbol is OC. Then last this symbol minus symbol is moins. These are the 3 degrees of comparison. Superiority, equality, inferiority. More, same as, less. More as, less. Now the agreement. Agreement what you have to do? Like the past participle you have studied in the passé composé. The past participle will agree with the. Look at the question. Christina A dash is given que son frère. Christina A dash que son frère. Adjective is degrees of comparison minus adjective is grown. So you have to compare Christina with her brother using the with the degrees of comparison minus and the adjective grown. For a minus symbol, I told you you have to put moi, MOINS. For minus symbol, you have to put moi, MOINS. Then put the put the adjective GRAND grown. Here you have to pay attention to the agreement of the adjectives. Here the adjective right grown. Agreement means the adjective should agree with the subject. What it describes, what it compares. The adjective should agree with the subject. Here the subject is Christina, femina singular. So add one E to the adjective. Christina est moins grande que son frère. Christina is shorter than her brother. Moins grand, less big. That means shorter than her brother. Write the degrees of comparison in words. MOINS. This symbol represents moi, MOINS. Then the adjective grand. Then the agreement E according to the subject. The second one, les filles. The girls are dash. Degrees of comparison is given plus then and adjective intelligent. For this degree of comparison, write plus, plus, intelligent write as it is. Then check the subject. The subject is femina plural. So the adjective should be in femina plural form. All the adjectives given here will be in masculine singular form. You have to change into different forms according to the subject. Here the subject is femina plural. So add one E and S to the subject. Add one E and another S to the adjective. Adjective. Intelligent, INTELLIGENT. Then E and S according to the subject agreement. Plus intelligent. Les filles sont plus intelligentes que ce garçon. Second question. Third one. Les fleurs semblent. The flowers look. Degrees of comparison aussi frais. Comparison is the equal symbol and adjective is frais. For this degrees of comparison as same aussi, you have to write this AUSSA in words. Then put the adjective. Here adjective is given in masculine singular form. What you are describing, the flowers, le fleur. The fleur, this noun is femina plural. Fleur is femina plural. So you have to put the adjective into femina plural form. FRAIS. This is irregular adjective. The form in femina form is different. You have to memorize. Normal adjectives means you have to add E and S according to the subject. If it is irregular, you have to memorize the irregular form. Here, fray is the irregular form of this adjective fray. FRAIS masculine form, FRAICHE feminine singular form. Then add one S according to the subject plural, feminine plural, FRAICHES. The flowers look as fresh as the leaves. Fuel means leaves. Then the fourth question, Pierre et Paul sont. Subject is two persons, plural, Pierre et Paul, two persons, sont, or C. Here the degrees of comparison is equal symbol, so put in words AUSSI or C as sympathetic. Your adjective is given sympathetic, write this adjective, plural, subject is masculine plural, add one yes. Subject is masculine plural, add one yes to the adjectives. That's all. Pierre et Paul sont aussi sympathiques que leurs parents. Pierre and Paul are as kind or sympathy as their parents. Here the degrees of comparison is same as. Last one, je pense que le cinéma est dash. Here the degrees of comparison is given plus in the plus symbol and adjective intéressant. For plus symbol you have to write in words plus, plus. I think that the cinema is more intéressant. Write this adjective intéressant. So now check the subject what you are describing. You are describing cinema. It is masculine. Look at the article used here, le. So you are describing the masculine subject. So no change in the adjective. Leave as it is. I think that the cinema is more interesting than the theatre. No change in the adjective in the fifth question because you are describing the masculine subject. Comparing the masculine the subject. Then comes the eighth grammar exercise. Complete a sentence with the juron. Eighth grammar exercise. Complétez les phrases avec le gerondif. Complete the sentence with gerund form. Gerund form we have already seen in the example how to where you have to use the gerund form gerundif when the subject is doing two actions simultaneously. You have to put one verb in present tense, another verb in gerundif form. When the subject is doing two actions simultaneously, you have to put two actions mean two verbs will be there. You have to put the first verb in gerund present tense, then the another next verb in gerund form. How to do the gerund form? Look at here. Like this, you have to do the gerund form. For any verb, take that verb, do the present tense for that verb in first person plural, nous achitons, cut the ons, keep the remaining as the stem, then to that stem add ant, then add one preposition en. For any verb, cut the er, put the present, do the present tense for that verb in first person plural, nous form, cut the ons, add ant, then add the preposition en. That means for all the verbs you have to follow this. Exceptions, yet few verbs are there. For that you have to memorize the gerundive form of that verbs. Preposition es in or en is compulsory for this gerundive form. Meaning how can translate while, be, on like that, by, on like that. You have to translate into English. En preposition is must for the gerundive form. You have to cut the ons and replace by ant. Now, the first question, les élèves écrivent. The students write, dash, écouter. Verb is given, écouter, lire professeur. Two actions are done by the subject. One they are writing, another they are listening, écouter, to their professor. Écouter verb, you have to put in gerundive form. Écouter verb, er verb. What is the first person nous conjugation for the écouter verb? Nous écoutons. Nous écoutons. You have to cut the ons and replace by a and t. Cut the ons, replace by a and t. Put the preposition first en. Les élèves écrivent on. er, écoutons, ons, nous écoutons, cut the ons. Ons and retain the stem e, c, o, t, o, t, a and t. Replace ons by a and t. Écoutons. And live professor. The students are writing. Students writing while listening to their professor. First question. Next, j'aime regarder la télé. Dash. What verb is given? Manger. I like to watch television. Dash. You have to put this verb in gerund form. Gerund form, you have to write the preposition first, en. Then put this verb in gerund form. Manger verb. What is the nous conjugation for present tense? Nous mangeons. mangeons. Now cut the ons. If you cut the ons, what is remain? mange. Now replace ons by ant. On mangeons. I like to watch television while eating. Second question. Third question. Mon père ronfle. Dash. Verb is given. Dormir. You have to put this verb in gerund form. Now write the preposition en. Put this verb, dormir verb, in gerund form. Dormir verb, what is the for present tense form? Nu form, nu dormo, dormons. If you cut the ons, dorm. Then add gerund form suffix and. Add this. Dormon. My father snores while sleeping. Fourth question. Mama chant. My mother sings dash. Put this verb, fair verb in gerund form. Gerund form, write the preposition en. Fair verb, what is the new conjugation for the fair verb? No phaso. ONS, cut the ONS. And FAIS. Then ONS replace ONS by ENT on phase on. My mother sings while doing the while cooks. While cooking. Now, last question. No phaso notre proche dash. What verb is given? Consultative verb. Consultative verb put in gerund form. Write the preposition first. En. Preposition is not given in the dashes. You have to write. Your gerund form means en is compulsory preposition. Now put this verb. Er verb. Simple. Consultant. Er replace er by ons. Then cut the ons. CONSULTANT, consultant. Gerundive form. Put the sentence, put the verbs, given verbs. Verbs is given, you have to put it in gerund form. For gerund form, write the present tense form, no form, no conjugation, cut the ons, add ANT to the stem. That's all gerund form. We finished 6, 7, 8, 3 grammar exercise. Thank you.